Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I haven't checked in with this Peter St. Onge, the name that I always butcher. I haven't checked in on his video. He puts out all kinds of good videos, but this one I saw this morning. It's a good little reminder.
America's two mammoth entitlement programs, Social Security and Medicare, are going bust.
10 years. That's how long before Social Security goes broke, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Millions of Americans are facing the prospect of losing their monthly checks, and the government isn't doing anything about it.
Both of these sacred promises, which beneficiaries have already paid for, will need trillions in ongoing bailouts, tens of trillions in all. This is a problem considering we are already running a $2 trillion annual deficit, largely squandered on useless crap. And even that $2 trillion going by history will soar when the recession hits full force. Typically in a recession, social spending jumps, tax revenue plunges, so the deficit explodes. So welcome to the late empire loot the treasury level of fiscal discipline. First, the details. Social Security was founded in the 30s as a universal retirement program, Medicare in the 60s as a universal health insurance program for seniors. Both are funded by payroll taxes totaling 15.3% of your income, all paid by you, but half hidden by making the company deduct it first. Together with Medicaid, which extends health insurance to the poor, they consume half of what the federal government spends, about $2.7 trillion in fiscal 2023. And both, as you'd expect, have enormous waste. The GAO estimates $60 billion in fraudulent Medicare payments per year, since government bureaucrats really don't care. Moreover, both were intentionally set up as Ponzi schemes. They take in money, they pretend it's in some sort of account, a lockbox.
He says sacred promises, but they're actually sacred Ponzi schemes.
But actually, Congress pissed it all away. Even using the pretend reserves, Medicare is projected to run out of reserves in 2031, so that's 8 years, at which point it will hit an $80 billion annual deficit that's set to soar. Meanwhile, Social Security is projected to run out in 2033, so 10 years, at which point it will need to cut benefits by 23% unless it gets a bailout or a massive tax hike. Note, many retirees rely on Social Security alone, and roughly 70 million Americans rely on Medicare. The silver lining here is that Social Security and Medicare are among the most popular government programs in existence. There is no other federal spending that comes close. Not wars, not billions for cronies, not even woke universities. Meaning that in the coming great gladiator battle, it will be Social Security and Medicare against everything else. The programs will not go bust. No politician would even joke about that, well, unless they have dementia, but most don't. Meaning that when D-Day comes, we will commence an epic battle, with one side using insolvency as an excuse to massively hike taxes or print more money, and the good guys, I hope, using insolvency as a teachable moment why we should drain everything else that the feds waste money on and put it on Social Security and Medicare. Drain every penny for the wars, the cronies, even the woke universities. As much as I look forward to that day, going by history, they will do all the wrong things first. They will put it off as long as possible, and then they'll print, so they'll drive deficits to 3, 4, 5 trillion, paired with tax hikes, using the rich as the piñata to raid the middle class, only as a last resort, only if they face electoral catastrophe from voters will Congress actually do the right thing, the gladiator battle. Give up their beloved wars, their vote-buying slush funds, their crony army to shore up the programs the American people have paid for in good faith while Washington siphoned it off in the dark.
My contention is that they will never do the smart thing because we are filled up with stupid in Washington, D.C., or others call them the rich men north of Richmond. I call them the stupid rich men north of Richmond because most of them have been elected and they don't have enough sense to balance their own checkbook. Okay, this is an interesting point right here. The first gold ETF got the green light in the U.S. in 2004. This increased the price of gold almost 350% between 2004 and 2011. from about $450 to over $1820 in August 2011. Trillions were injected into the market cap. What do you think will happen to the Bitcoin market when the first Bitcoin ETF launches? Now, I have not made it a secret what I think about Bitcoin, but what I will say to you is that I believe that the Bitcoin thing will ultimately be good for the entire market when they do approve the ETF, even if it's in the short term. But I have a hunch that maybe they're going to turn all of this on. And I know you're not allowed to say flip the switch, but I'm wondering if the flip of the switch is going to be Bitcoin ETF as well as some of this bigger picture stuff rolling into, cross-border payments, ODL, and all the other stuff. We shall see. But what we do know is that all of a sudden JP Morgan and BlackRock are all about some Bitcoin ETFs. JP Morgan is saying the SEC will be forced to approve the spot Bitcoin ETF. I think what they really mean is now we'll call up Gary and say, okay, it's time, do it. JP Morgan and or BlackRock will probably pick up their red phone and say, Gary, you are now instructed to let a Bitcoin ETF through, but it's got to be BlackRock or JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs or something like that. They get to go first. That's how this works. Now, at the same time, you have to wonder if there's going to be a flip of the switch with other things we care about.
In the XRP ledger.
This was going around this clip is old, but it was going around this morning.
In the XRP ledger, and you can handle real money with it. You don't have to. You have a switch that you can flip whenever you're ready to handle real money. And then when you're arguing that feature should be included in the XRP ledger, you have something that you can show that.
All right. And then we got this from, this was going around too, breaking. Ripple has transferred several tens of millions of XRP, major crypto exchange, two major crypto exchange, Bitstamp. And then we also had this one from Michael Branch. In the last 48 hours, the XRP market has witnessed a significant amount of large-scale transactions, according to data from Blockchain Tracker. Whale Alert, XRP Whales conducted transactions involving over 1 billion XRP on Friday, September the 1st. Over 1 billion. Now, the other day I was talking about this tweet from Ashley Prosper where she was wondering if there would be some type of a settlement between Ripple and the SEC, and then there was a lot of rumors swirling that maybe, actually that's a thumbnail, settlement, let's see, settlement, then rumors, those are thumbnail worthy. But anyway, she was saying that there's in there possibility of a settlement. Well, John Deaton gave his take on it here. The only way Ripple and the SEC settle before the end of the year is if Judge Fela grants Coinbase MTD or partially grants it finding token sales on an exchange in a blind bid-ask transaction do not fall under U.S. securities laws, but allows the staking component to move forward. If that happens, then the SEC and Gary Gensler may be forced to pivot. I doubt the Solicitor General would allow an appeal in that scenario, one that could reach the Supreme Court, allowing for the High Court to further strip away not only the SEC's power, but all other federal agencies as well. I don't really think that Ripple's going to make some major announcement at the proper party. I believe that there's a chance they could announce something between now and then. Maybe when Brad Garlinghouse goes to Masari, you could see some type of an ODL in the U.S. announcement. We don't know, but we're going to find out. I can guarantee you that. So Ripple did a little update, by the way, on the proper party. They sent out those. They sent out this link, which is to this, the other day, and I don't quote me, but I swear I thought it said that there was going to be 2,200 invitations, and then they sent this out. The first RSVP window for this event has closed. Additional tickets will become available on September the 8th. Be sure to check our official Twitter and Discord for additional updates regarding tickets and details for the event. As a reminder, this event is totally free. All links will come from our official accounts, and we will not ask you for any financial information to attend. So that's where it's at. September 8th, they're going to open it back up. I don't have a clue. I need to go and look how much it's called the something ballroom. I need to go look and see what the capacity of that thing is, because I don't know how many people they could have in the thing. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. If you missed your ticket, September 8th is when you're going to want to check back on the properparty929.com. Does anybody know what 929's about, by the way? I was curious about that. Thanks for listening.